VISKOU.
Hi everyone, welcome to VISKOU YouTube channel. Today I'm going to teach how to do automation for electrical appliances with AX Hybrid Pro PHA64. So automation is about setting rules to make things happen automatically based on triggers from sensors, zones, schedules or manual commands. It controls things like lights, gates, sirens, relays, cameras, alarms, etc. For PHA64 you can directly connect the device to the panel if the device does not exceed more than 200 mA. But if exceed 200 mA, you will need to add on a relay module for higher voltage output. In this video, I'm going to trigger the wired siren DSPS1B, which uses 8 to 16 VDC, maximum 0.22 ampere, which is roughly exceeds the 200 mA. But never mind, it is for demonstration purpose only. For the wiring, it's quite simple. You just need to connect PGM1 and aux- port to the plus-minus port of the wired siren. From what I mentioned just now, PGM1 and PGM2 are 200 mA maximum trigger outputs with plus-minus trigger. They can be set as either normally open or closed, which is optional. Function varies according to the panel model. And if it exceeds the current output, recommend using a relay module as shown in the figure. So we're moving on to the configuration part. The configuration is quite simple. I added my PHA64 into my Hikconnect already. I just need go to device, click the plus icon, add wired device, select the device type as automation. Channel number is 1 as I use the PGM1 port. So now I successfully added my automation. You can link area you want and the scenario setting, which is by default is manual. So you can edit the scenario and link which event do you want to set. So there are plenty of choices here such as alarm, arm, disarm, silence alarm, fault, manual and schedule. So we go through one by one. First is alarm. You can select the event subtype of alarm, which are these types of events you want the device to be triggered at, such as lid open, panic alarm, medical alarm, fire alarm. For each event, you can set the activation mode to be pulse or latch. The differences is that pulse turns on for a short time, which by default is 5 seconds, then will off automatically, while latch stays on until you manually turn it off. You can set the contact status as normally open or closed as well. So next event is arm. The event subtype is only two types, which are stay and away. For disarm and silence alarm, there are no subtype events. And for fault, you can have these types of event subtypes, which are power loss, low battery, or disconnected, communication fault, zone offline, and network camera disconnected if you added your camera in the alarm. And you can have manual or by schedule as well. For schedule, you can set time segments 1 and 2. Let's say you want to trigger lights to be turned on from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Then you need to set two types of time segment, which is from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. And then segment 2 is 12 a.m. to 7 a.m. because Hikconnect won't allow the end time to be earlier than start time. But for demonstration purpose, I set to manual and click save. For the demonstration, I will use two types of event, which are manual and arm event. So first is manual event. I use activation mode as pulse, which means if I on the automation, the siren will be triggered for 5 seconds and will off automatically. You can set the pulse duration as well, which maximum can up to 10 minutes. Click save. And then if I on this relay, the automation, the siren will be triggered for 5 seconds. As you can see, the siren will be triggered for 5 seconds and will off automatically. After that, I set the activation mode to be latch, which means if I turn on the automation, I will need to turn it off manually for the siren to be not triggered. Next, I will use the arm event. So I link the area on my automation to be area 1 and then set the scenario settings to be arm. So arm, I enable the stay and away arm. We can test for both event subtypes. And then the activation mode, I set it to pause, which means after 5 seconds the siren will be turned off automatically, and then the contact status is normally closed. Then I click save. So when I arm area 1, which is stay arm, the siren will go off for 5 seconds. Same goes to the away arm. So now I'm going to use the schedule for the scenario setting. And then turn on the time segment 1. So we're going to test from 12:33 until 12:34. And then click save. By right, 12:33, it will trigger the alarm for around 1 minute. So let's see the result first. So as you guys hear just now, the alarm is triggered from 12:33 until 12:34. And then it will automatically off after the time reaches 12:34. So that's all for today's demonstration. Hope you guys can learn from the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more videos from us. Thank you for watching.
VISKOU